Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make a pair of sublimation little footies that say let's Netflix and chill. So I'm doing my design inside of Microsoft PowerPoint. You can do this in Cricut Design Space. The only reason I choose not to is because Cricut and Design Space, it puts that extra, border around print and cuts, and I really don't want that. So I'm going directly to something I don't have to worry about having that border that I'm just going to cut off anyway. So I'm just going to design right here in Microsoft PowerPoint. So inside Microsoft PowerPoint, I have my design set at a size of 8.5 by 11. So when I go here to design from the menu and come over to slide size, custom slide size, I'm making sure that my width is 8.5 and my height is 11 inches and that it's in the portrait position and okay. Now, since I'm going to be putting this on the back side of the sock so that when you're, or the footy, so when you're sitting down and your feet are up, they'll be able to read the less Netflix and chill from the back side of the sock and not facing you. Okay. Um, and so you want to make sure that when you design out your Let's Netflix and Chill, you want to make sure that you save it as a picture and then re-upload it, and you want to put it in the reverse because even though we're not doing it in Cricut Design Space, we still have to remember to put words and things like that in the reverse so that they, come out right when we heat press them on. So all I did is I went to insert and I selected text box, and I just got me a text box here, and I just said, let's Netflix and chill. And then once I got that in, I highlighted this, and then I went to the home from the menu, and then I came over and I did center. So you want to make sure that it's centered on the screen here. And then what you're looking for now is on your shape format. You want to make sure that you choose this text effects. And what that's going to do, it's going to give it this outline here for the Let's Netflix and Chill. So we're going to go to shape, shape format, and then come over to text effects. And then here is where you can get your thickness for your letters. Okay, so let's just take a look here. So we're going to go with shadow, and you know what, let's do it this way. We're going to go here instead, and this is the one that I chose. So still on, I'm going to go ahead and blow this up so that it'll be a nice size here. Let me see what size I have here. Okay, so because I did a picture, it took that away. So what I'm going to do is highlight my text, go to home, and then I'm going to go over to the font size, and I'm going to blow that up to about a 72, which is what I think I had it at. And then once I get my font blown up in size, I'm going to go to shape format, and then I'm going to go here and choose the word art styles. And then you can select any of these that you want. Okay, so you can see that it's changing the way it looks on my screen. Okay, so I actually did mine in red. And so what I did is I took the Let's Netflix and Chill, and then I just selected a color. And then I came over to where you have these different outlines, and I just chose one. So you can choose whichever one of these that you like. You can also go to, hold on one second. Shape, back to shape format. And you can also do fields on your text. You know, if you want it just plain like that, or if you want to play around with it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but shape format and then text fill, and you can make it, you know, whatever you like, whatever color you like. And again, I just went with the red. Um, and I had a little bit of a shadow on it. So if you want to put a shadow on it, you just go to shape format, and then you're going to come to shape effects and shadow. And actually I did text effects, I'm sorry, text effects and shadow. And then you can choose any of these little shadows on the outer side that you like. And you can kind of see it on the left hand side where the text is, where the shadow is. So you can see that has a nice little shadow effect to it now instead of just plain white. So once you get your text in, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and click it and then right click and save as picture. So we're going to save it as a picture, save it somewhere on your desktop. I'm just going to say Netflix 2 since I've already saved it. And then at that point, you are ready to do insert, picture, this device, locate where you just saved that to. I placed mine on the desktop and called it Netflix 2, and I'm going to insert. And now we have our Let's Netflix and Chill. You're going to click it, you're going to right click it, and not right click, but just click it and go to picture format. And then you want to rotate it. And you're going to flip it horizontal. Horizontal. I don't know why I can't say that. Horizontal. And then right click and copy, and right click and paste so that you have both sides. So now you have both of your Let's Netflix and Chill. And this sizing, again, I have it in a size of 72 font size, which works perfectly. Okay. Now, when you get ready to iron this on, you're also going to make sure that it's going from the bottom up, because when you put the sock on, you want to be able to read the Let's Netflix and Chill going in the correct direction. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So I'm going to show you an easier way to do this. So just go back to picture format and rotate, and you're just going to flip it vertical. Okay, flip it vertical. Again, click it, picture format, and rotate, flip vertical. And that way, when you place this on your sock with this part at the bottom part of the sock, then when you put the sock on, it'll read from the bottom, it'll read in the correct direction. Okay, so this is the way you want to iron it on your sock, with the Chill going towards the top of the sock and the Let's at the bottom of the sock. And I'll show you the placement here in just a moment. At this point, we're ready to go ahead and select File, Print. You want to make sure that your settings say print current slide, because if you have other slides, it's going to print all of them. And I only want to print the slide that I'm working on. So I just come to settings, choose that drop down and select print current slide. And that's if yours say print all slides. And then make sure you only have it on one copy. It has the correct printer. For me, I'm using A-Sub paper. That's 8.5 by 11. And I always come and choose high quality plain paper for this paper that I'm using. And I'm going to go ahead and hit print. And that's going to print out here. And while that's printing out, I'm going to go ahead and jump over to my other screen here. Hi guys. So a couple of things that you're going to need besides your sublimation paper. This is A-Sub, as you can see. This is the A-Sub sublimation paper, 8.5 by 11. And this is our print that we just did in Microsoft PowerPoint. Let's Netflix and Chill. And these are the little footies. I got these at Walmart. They are 90 something percent polyester, so perfect for sublimation. And even though they have some wording down here at the bottom, we're not going to be subbing on that, so it's not going to make a difference. But what you will need is you're going to need, if you don't have anything to put your socks on, I just took some cardboard. It's actually from an Amazon box, and cut it out in a nice shape that I can roll the sock up on here. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, because we're going to have the Netflix and Chill. Let's Netflix and Chill is actually going to be on the back of the sock. So you want to be able to actually open the sock up. You don't want to sublimate the sock just like this, okay? Because you need it on a flat surface. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, and I have to be careful because if I hit my thing, it will stop the recording, and I'll just be talking and you guys won't hear anything. So I'm just going to stretch my sock open here and place it on my cardboard as if I was putting it on, you know, a foot or something. And just take your time. Again, these are Walmart socks, so, you know, they may rip easily. And you're just going to pull it up over your cardboard or your box here. And I'll give you the measurements of what size mine is. I wear a size 8.5, and this fit perfectly for me when I subbed on my little footies like this. It was perfect. Okay, so you're just going to get it just like that. And of course, we're going to be subbing. I'm going to be subbing on the back and not touching this part right here, because that's going to be on the curve part of the back of the foot. So we don't want to put anything up here. We're just going to be sublimating in between these two areas right here. So this is where Let's Netflix and Chill will go. So I'm going to go ahead and place it on our other sock, because the good thing about this is you can sub both socks at the same time to make sure that it's going to be perfect. Okay, so I would highly recommend that you cut you 2 pieces of cardboard so that you can sub them at the same time and line them up properly at the same time. So you can see this one is kind of crooked, so I'm going to get it kind of straight on here and make sure that they look similar on the card stop. So you want to make sure it's laying flat. You don't have to, again, worry about the foot part or the top curve of your foot, because we're not going to be subbing on that part, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and straighten this one up a little bit better. And what I mean by straightening it up is getting that little line and then the words straight, as you can see there. Okay. So now I have both of my socks lined up here. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some scissors and there we go. Hold on. I have fallen on the floor. We're going to take these scissors and go ahead and cut out our Let's Netflix and Chill. Now we do have a little bit of paper left, so I will use this for something else. I will not be throwing that away, because you guys I'm pretty sure you know that sublimation paper is not cheap. So I really could have did Let's Netflix and Chill to make 2 pair of socks, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be gifting a pair anyway with this on here, or a couple of pairs for Christmas, because it's COVID-19, right? So we need to be trying to save as much money as we can. So everybody gets socks. You get socks, and they get socks, and everybody's going to get socks. All right, so now I have and it doesn't have to be perfect how you cut it out, but we just want to make sure that, you know, we have it lined up, them both lined up properly together, so our socks don't look, you know, a hot mess, because trust me, I have done that before. All right, so now we have our Let's Netflix and Chill, okay? And again, make sure that you print it in the reverse. Now, this is the back side of the sock, which is where we're going to be doing our sublimating. And so normally you would place your Let's part up at the top like that. But because we want this on the bottom part of the sock so that when we put them on, it's going to turn it up in the right direction. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put the Let's part at the bottom of the sock. Okay. So you can kind of see through there. The Chill is at the top and the Let's is at the bottom part of the foot of the sock. And this is on the back side of the sock. So what we're going to do is I'm going to line them both up pretty good here. And then I am going to take and put, and again, make sure you're on the back side of the sock and your Let's is at the bottom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my heat tape here and I'm just going to put a piece of heat tape at the top of each little sticker paper or decal. I say sticker paper, it's not sticker paper, it's the A-sub paper. So you don't need much heat tape here. So I'm just going to cut off 2 little small pieces. And I am going to be putting it, I'm going to start it right above that part of the sock where it starts with this kind of funky design. And I'm just going to put this piece of heat tape right at the top just to hold it in place. Now, the reason you use your heat tape, guys, is so that when you put the heat press lid down, sometimes what tends to happen is your decal tends to shift and move, and you don't want it to get kind of like a blurred effect to where it looks like it was 2 images and not one. So that's the purpose of the heat tape, okay? So you really want to make sure that you put some heat tape on here to hold the decal in place. So you can see I just have 2 little pieces of heat tape at the very top there. And everything looks good. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and place both of these onto my heat press, and I'm going to be pressing them for 60 seconds at 350. Okay, 60 seconds for 350. And when I use my heat press on something simple like these, guys, I always make sure that I have a very flat level surface. And because I'm using this cardstock, I take up the rubber mat thing that's on the bottom of my heat press because otherwise it won't close all the way down. So that's how I get it to close all the way down, because I have this thick cardboard that I'm working with, okay? And then I am going to go ahead and lay these on my heat press, and then I'll put the silicone sheet on top to protect my socks and the image. You can see they're just alike here. And I'm going to go ahead and sub them, and then I will be right back. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so I have my socks laid down on my heat press. I'm going to put a piece of silicone sheet on top just to protect my socks and everything. And I'm going to go ahead and roll my heat press around. And again, I'm going to sublimate at 360 for at 360 for no 360 350 excuse me, for 60 seconds. Okay, so I have it going at 350 for 60 seconds. Excuse me for coughing all in your ear here. I just wanted you to be able to get the full gist of everything here. We're at 26 seconds. And
And in 17 seconds, we're going to have some Let's Netflix and Chill socks. Or footies. Excuse me. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. And then I'm going to turn this around here. So you see me. There you go. Alright, so I'm going to let it cool for just a second here. I brought in some measuring tape so I can tell you exactly how long and wide my piece of cardboard is in case you want to use that. But I'm removing the silicone sheet here. And this is the part I was telling you guys. When you're using something that's thicker than, you know, your average sheet of paper, like I'm using this cardboard from an Amazon box, I take my plastic piece that goes on the bottom of my heat press to protect my heat press. I take that off because otherwise I won't be able to close my heat press all the way down. So I just remove this and then put it back once I'm done. But here is our sock here. Okay, and remember I put the heat tape on, and we're just gonna pull this up, and there we have our Let's Netflix and Chill. Now it's gonna look weird because it's not gonna look right until it's actually on the foot, and then it'll be like that. Okay, that's why you want to put the Let's Netflix and Chill. You want to start it at the bottom, the foot part of the sock, or the toe part of the sock, not at the heel of the sock. So when I put my socks on, this is the front side over here. This is the back side. So my toes are here, and you can see that it says Let's Netflix and Chill. So when I have my feet up, that's what it's going to look like. Okay. So here's our other one. I'm just going to take that off. And now you have two matching socks that say excuse me, Let's Netflix and Chill. So that's your matching socks. So I'm going to go ahead and just take these off. And be careful because you want to be able to use this cardboard over and over again. And you don't want to mess up your socks. Okay. So there we have it. Let's Netflix and Chill. Okay. Perfect. And because these are majority polyester, you don't have to worry about when you wash them, the lettering coming off. This sublimation is going to be good to go for quite some time. So now I have my Let's Netflix and Chill on both socks. Okay, so again, here's the toe of the sock. When you have your feet up, they'll be going in the right direction. Do not put the Let's at the heel. Okay, do not put it at the heel. Put it at the toe part. Okay. All right, so the next thing I'm going to show you real quick here. Again, I sublimated it at 350 for 60 seconds. Okay, I know I may have said something crazy in the beginning. These, I have measured them out. And again, this is just an Amazon box that I just took apart and cut. And they are right at 12 inches long. And they are about 4.5 inches wide. So get you 2 pieces of cardstock, measure them out, 12 inches long, 4.5 inches wide. Make sure they're the same size so that when you put your socks on, you know, you can match them up so they'll look right. Now, I'll take a picture when I put these on because they are mine, so you guys can get the full gist. By the time I upload this video, you'll see them anyway because they'll be on the front page of the video. But That's how you do sublimated socks, guys. Really nice gift that you can give people. These socks were, I think, $7.97 at Walmart, and it came with like 12 pairs. So, you know, you could make a bunch of these and insert them into some gifts for people. You could do different colors of the Let's Netflix and Chill. Doesn't have to always be red. Make it whatever color you want to. And you can even add some additional, you know, graphics to it. I just wanted to keep it really simple since it was my second pair of socks that I'm just practicing on. Again, for my heat press, I had to remove the plastic piece because otherwise it won't close all the way because the cardstock is thicker than your average paper. And so it won't close. And I had my heat press on medium pressure. That's all it took. And so I'm just going to go ahead and place that right back on my heat press. And that's it, guys. I got me a pair of Let's Netflix and Chill socks. Now, I will be Netflix and chilling alone, but it's okay. Okay? God's going to send me somebody. All right, guys. So for this project, what you're going to need is, of course, a pair of little footies. You'll also need something to insert the footies on. I am using cardboard from Amazon box. Again, they're 12 inches long, 4.5 inches wide. You're going to need 2 of them, one for each sock. Make sure you line your socks up properly. I always put a silicone sheet on top of my sublimated, whatever I'm sublimating on. I always use the silicone sheet. Some people just use a piece of plain white paper. You can do that. I use Ink X Pro for the ink, and I use A-Sub for the paper. And then my printer is the Epson Workforce 7720, okay? And heat tape, scissors to cut out your image, and your heat press. And that's pretty much it. Now, I have a smaller heat press, so this project is perfect for my heat press because you can sub both socks at the same time. So I think that's it. I think that's all. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. And of course I designed it in Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay. You can do the design directly in Cricut Design Space, but again, Cricut Design Space is going to put that little black border around it, which I really didn't need that extra black border on there. It's just ink that I don't need to use. And yeah, you're good to go. So if you guys have any questions or comments about this project, if there was anything that I missed or was not clear on, then please feel free to reach out and let me know. And as always, guys, you know my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. Also, if you are not in my Facebook group and you would like to join my Facebook group, it's called Ken Doris's Cricut and Creative Crafters. And also my YouTube channel, if you're not seeing this video via my YouTube channel, someone sent it to you. My YouTube channel is under kendoris48@gmail.com. And if you go to my YouTube channel and you like my tutorials out there, please like, share, and subscribe. Okay? All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. You guys have a great day. Bye.